Idiot. Get out of the way.
You know, the other thing, speaking of life being unfair, I was looking at that guy's channel, and he had all these, like, they had his public favorites, and then, oh, shit. It has his public favorites, and he favorited, like, his favorites are, like, Pokemon soundtrack stuff, and then the vids that he favorited had massive views, and everybody in the comment section was saying, yeah, Elliot sent me. And I thought, God damn, you know, I'm struggling to build this channel. If anyone out there is watching this and you're going to go on a killing spree, would you mind just favoriting a few of our vids?
Before you go, yeah. I'll give you top dollar.
Well, I mean, it doesn't cost you any...
Yeah, paid on delivery sort of thing.
Yeah, I'll pay it to your next of kin. I mean, it doesn't cost you anything. Do something nice for someone.
Yeah, I mean,
I suppose I should try to, like, talk you out of it, but, you know. Yeah. Don't go on a killing spree, but if there's no talking you out of it, then, you know, just do something nice.
Favorite some of my videos first, yeah.
There's a... Oh, looks like we're going off the edge here. Or maybe not.
Some bastard shooting back at me now. That's
oh,
not
I managed
fair.
to jump out of the tank and live. Right on. Oh, shit.
You idiot. Guy takes the hellbender and drives me straight off a cliff. Yeah, you better be bloody sorry.
Oh, shit. I walked right into the friggin' tank. So what happens if I get enough...
Yeah, those are the sort of depressing moments when you come right over the brow of the hill and you're face to face with the tank and there is just absolutely nothing you can do.
But Sarahan originally brought the aftermath of that guy's the stupid Twitter hashtag Tempest in a Teapot kind of thing. Although CNN apparently found it fit to cover or some. Have you heard of that?
Tempest in a teacup?
No. After the Santa Barbara shooter, there was like these wars between like this gender war or some stupid shit on Twitter, and these hashtags started trending, and one was hashtag not all men, and the other was hashtag yes all women.
Yep.
And it had all the dignity you would expect of a debate that has its inception on Twitter. It's just
no, I was vaguely aware of the whatever, the yes all women thing.
Yeah. And again, I'm sorry. Look, this whole debate. It's so difficult. It really reminds me a lot about debates about Islam, where you're like, okay, I have some criticisms about the doctrine, and they're like, oh, okay, we get it. You think they're all evil? And I'm like, no, I don't think they're all evil. I just have some. Oh, okay, we get it. You think they're all evil? And I'm like, no, god damn it, I don't think they're all evil. Some of them, I'm sure, are nice people. I just have some criticisms about the doctrine and what it actually says. And they're like, okay, we hear you.
So we get it. You hate brown people.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, god damn it. And yeah, the same kind of deafness exists on a lot of gender issues, and that you're like, okay, well, I think you're wrong. You're like, oh, okay, so you just don't care at all about women's suffering. I'm like,
so you think women deserve? You think women deserve to be raped?
Right, or deserve to be harassed, or you're just callous. You don't care. You know, and I'm like, god damn it, I'm not saying anything of the sort. And like with the yes all women, you had these people leaving comments like. Oh, we all put up with violence, and Elliot shows that. I'm sure.
I mean, that's the thing that really bugged me. Is it was one basic crazy loser, and people were calling this sort of misogyny or something.
Yeah, this is an outgrowth of normal, male chauvinistic attitudes. I'm like, no, not really. If you listen,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, keep going.
I mean, I watched his vids, and he was saying that he wanted to turn the human race into a mountain of skulls and a river of blood. Literally,
And
those are his
also,
words. And
he
I don't
killed.
recall ever being out with the good old boys and with the locker room talk, we're fishing and drinking Coors and saying, Bill, I've often wanted to reduce humanity to a mountain of skulls. I know what you mean, Earl. Yeah, and what the fuck? I mean, you have to be crazy to think that this is representative in any way.
Of anything, yeah.
Yeah, of anyone. But then you say that, and then the answer you get is, oh, well, so you just don't care about blah, 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 women ever suffering. You just want to... I'm like, God damn it. Not the point. Not the point. I'm not saying that your problems are trivial. I'm saying that they are trivial compared to getting shot in the face. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, I talked to this one person, and I was like, look, what I have a What I have a problem with is these people have died, and you're comparing, various miscellaneous things from your own experience to what they went through, which they didn't really go through. They instantly died from it, or some people, lingered, right? And I'm sorry, let's just come with an example. If you're at work, right, and there's a guy who hits on you, makes you uncomfortable, I'll be the first person to say, you should not have to put up with that. You should feel safe and comfortable, blah, blah, blah. If you're a waitress and a customer tries to grope you or make some comment, you shouldn't have to put up with that. They are clearly in the wrong, okay?
Yep.
Having said that, you weren't shot in the fucking face, okay? You are not in a hospital because some maniac... I mean, and they said, oh, okay, so you just don't care. And it's the same runaround. It's the same runaround. It's like, okay, well, you just don't care about women's suffering or issues or how we're oppressed. And I'm like, wow, you're really just, you're so not listening.
That's a hell of an extrapolation.
Yeah, exactly. Like, what the fuck? I just said. And no matter how long and detailed you make your standard, oh, I do care boilerplate, they still will say, okay, well, you clearly, oh, shit. You still clearly just don't care. Fuck.
Blue flag returned.
Oh.
But I mean, the irony is with the Elliot thing. This is one of the few times when they said, this guy was a misogynist. I mean, even misogynist isn't really quite the right word. Misanthrope, he hated everyone. Right?
Yeah,
It's like you were saying.
so.
Right, people who just hate women don't say, I want to reduce mankind to a pile of skulls.
Yeah, exactly.
But in fact, this is pretty outside the box thinking, even for a misanthrope.
Yeah. And, yeah, it's just like anyone who thinks that is an outgrowth of run-of-the-mill chauvinistic attitudes that I'll be the first to admit do exist, and they are wrong. But if you think that's...
They're really rare, though. I mean... I mean, especially the one that really bugs me is the misuse of misogynist, which it means people who hate women just because they're women, and the number of people who hate women just because they're women,
exactly,
if not exactly zero, is so close that it makes no difference.
You're right. Yeah, I mean, it's...
Right? There are people who don't like things about
they are
women.
few. I mean, and that's the thing is, I think women think... I mean, they have so many misconceptions about what we think. It's just ridiculous. It's like, you can take any group of guys and say, okay, well, we're going to go camping or out to this place or that, whatever the activity, and if it's a quote-unquote sausage fest, it's just not as fun, even in a platonic sense. It's like we do enjoy their company, right? Women are far more likely to create a male-free zone, which is fine. I don't have a problem with that. But
well, I mean, just look at the real general bits, say for instance, they had this Women in Skepticism conference, and how would it go? What would the sort of shitstorm look like if you said, well, we want a men in atheism conference?
Yeah, exactly. The gender-specific groups are heavily weighted, and the thing is, men usually don't care. It's like, okay, fine, have your have your book club or whatever.
Yeah.
It doesn't bother us. Shit, we're gonna lose because I don't know how to drive a car.
Oh, that was you! That was you I run by!
Yeah.
No,
And
someone
I was
else
just,
got
like,
it back.
Just desperately struggling with the, Oh! Well, that guy knows how to drive a friggin',
Red flag dropped.
flyer.
Red flag returned.
God damn, this is humiliating. But yeah, I mean, so many women are jumping to these conclusions like, we don't want them around, which is wrong. We don't want them around in a platonic sense, which is wrong. We just, oh well, we always round their abilities down, or like we don't want them to be. I don't know what they have these bizarre attitudes. Like it's like they've been doing nothing but watching like Lifetime television. Have you ever watched that?
No, but and I just screwed up. Looks like you're about to cap. Someone's. Oh no, they dropped it. No, it's gonna cap. One apiece. Oh, so that means we have to play the game now. Sorry, what were you saying? I missed that.
Lifetime television. They have these original dramas, right? Where they have these men who are the most psychotic. Like every time the male, it's like, okay, you have this woman, and then there's the male is the villain, and they are the most psychotic, domineering, sadistic, emotionally.
So archetypal jerk man type thing.
Not even a jerk, but a maniac, like a stalker serial killer.
Yeah.
Right, and it's like every one of their original shows has something like that, and it's like, is that what they really think we're like? Is that, I mean, it's like, are we the new Negro in the woodpile where they have to be afraid of us all the time? You know, it's so bizarre. I mean, that's not even. I mean, they portray these. You just have to see it. Family Guy did a parody of it that was spot on, and it's like Lifetime television because men are evil and exist only to hurt you, or something like that.
And I mean that really comes through in this all yes all women thing, where they would have all these really stupid things like, you know, when you go out on a date with a man, you don't worry. Sorry, when a man gets worried about a date with a girl, it's that, you know, she's faking it or something, and she gets worried that he's going to rape or kill her or something, and it's like,
what?
If that's, I'm serious.
Where is this? Who's saying this?
There was one of these hilarious cartoons on one of these feminist websites where, you know, a guy asked, you know, can I have your number? And she says to him, yeah, sure, here's my number. And then he walks away thinking, I hope she didn't give me the wrong number or give me a fake number. And she walks away thinking, I hope he doesn't rape and kill me. It's like, you just gave me your fucking number, right? If you think someone's going to rape and kill you, don't give them your fucking phone number and go out on a date with them.
Yeah, it's bizarre.
A real out of the box thinking, I know, but.
And what's especially frustrating is like when most people think of like rape or sexual assault, like a little thought balloon appears over their head and they imagine a scene like from The Sopranos where the psychiatrist is raped. Right, that's kind of the mental picture that I get when you say that. But statistically speaking, most battery and sexual assault, it's by someone you know, and usually it's often by either a family member or someone you're romantically involved with, right?
But I mean, I think a lot of that is, you know, it's just exposure, as it were. Yes, if you're mostly exposed to family, yeah, it's the same deal with kids. They're mostly molested by people they know, simply because most of the people they actually, in other words, if you were to break it down into man hours, how many man hours exposure do you have to someone? And if you were to normalize rate for man hours exposure, would you still get the same deal that, you know, per hour exposed to strangers versus hours you're exposed to someone you know?
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
It's a crime of opportunity in essence, is what you're saying.
Something like that. And yeah, if you spend all of your time
Oh shit.
Yeah, if kids spend all of their time with you or some shit, I don't know, then you know, it just basically the number of hours wins out over anything else.
Yeah. If you're a would-be predator, they're safer targets if it's someone you know, because you
Yeah.
have access to them. Maybe people trust you.
Access. That's yeah. So yeah, prison rape would be the ideal example of this because if you're locked in a cell with someone,
Yeah.
it's yeah. So I guess that would be the great analogy is most prison rapes are through cellmates.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay,
Oh
butcher
fuck!
there.
I went through a teleporter and immediately got killed. I don't know what did they hit me with?
Oh, so quite often you'll get people who just do really jerky things, like they'll put a load of spider mines just on the other side of the teleport.
Oh, Dr. Titties is here.
Or they'll park a vehicle there and the vehicle crushes you the second you come through, which is kind of annoying.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, you argue any point, and it's so frustrating because what they come back with almost invariably is, well, you don't understand, you don't care. And it's like, no, I do, I absolutely do. I mean, like I know a lot of our friends are liberal and don't like the death penalty, but frankly, I wouldn't. If I had a little kingdom of my own, I would be the death penalty for like a forcible rape or a drug related anything. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean,
It's horrible. It's one of the worst things you could do to someone. I'm not callous to it. What I hate is that when someone's talking about murder and actual violent rape, and you're like, well, one time, I was in the South and someone called me darling. So you see, we all put up with stuff like this. I'm like, well, that's not really in the same. I mean, it's not the fucking same. Like I stepped on a nail once, and it was like a nail used for crafts, right? That someone had clipped, and it was in the carpet. You couldn't see it because it's so thin, and it was not as thick as like what you'd consider a regular carpenter's nail, but it wasn't as thin as a sewing needle either. And it went into my foot. It hurt. It bled, and it was unpleasant. And I bandaged it up and limped around a little bit. But I don't go to a meeting of people who have lost their feet to frostbite and landmines and say, "Yeah, hi, I'm Atheismo. I'm a foot injury survivor." You know, it's just fucking bullshit. You gotta.
Yeah, I'll write it along there with people who stub their toes.
Yeah.
The fact that and this is another one that drives me crazy is that you don't get to tell victims when they're victims.
Yeah.
Only victims.
No, I can't.
It's like no. It's and I often thought about just sort of going to one of these conferences just to troll them.
I'm sure that would make you.
Actually, what you did there was eye rape.
Yeah.
Don't say that my eye rape was any less hurtful than anyone else's rape, because I feel exactly the same way. I mean, it's this sort of thing that that was the Melody Hensley, where no, my PTSD is exactly the same as those who had their legs blown off or watched their friends turned into.
Looks like we got your flag.
You do? Oh yeah, so you do.
I'm gonna try to cover this guy. Oh, he doesn't even need it. He's got it.
He does?
Oh, he's back in our base. Yeah, he just captured.
Oh man, no, I wasn't paying attention. So I when you said he was back in the base, because I was right by, so I dropped down what would have been right behind him, but I died straight away. So
Somebody just got ours, but oh no, and I returned it. Yay! I did something. I did something useful for a change. Yeah, and that's the thing is, you can't decide when I'm a victim. I'm sorry. Isn't the real discourtesy to victims of, dramatic, violent sexual assault to compare, to compare a small degree of discomfort to something horrible I mean, that seems like that's what's really inappropriate. And like I said, I mean, it's like you can't even repeat the point often enough because people will never get it. I'll be the first to say that's one of the most horrible things you can do to someone is to rape them.